interesting though. Very excited for what December has for us. Have I clocked my 2022 resolutions? I'm not so sure. I'm yet to go back to my diary and see what I had written down, see what I've ticked and what I've not. As per usual, we have so much lined up for you right here at Woman Crush Wednesday. Today is day 6 or day 7 of the hashtag 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Today is day 7 actually. No, sorry, day 6. Yes, today is day 6 of the hashtag 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. We will be with the CEO of Gender Inc., Susan Nyobena. She will be taking us through what Gender Inc. is doing and what exactly they have planned out for the remaining 10 days in the hashtag 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. We will be seeing what she's doing, what they have. They've been here before. They are not new on this set. She'll be here telling us what they have planned, how different Gender Inc. is compared to what they were before, because they've currently rebranded. So I'm pretty excited to see what they have prepared for us. We also have Caleb Mutiso from Mentor X Country. He's a team leader. It's like an organization that is basically built for mentorship in careers. So they will be joining us. He will be joining them, what it is all about, where it will be held down, and what it takes for you to be a member of the Mentor X Country 2022. We also have Dr. Evans Ouma, who is an orthopedic technologist. He is part of the team, or rather a leader, in Limbs Orthopedic. You're probably wondering what's that. This is an organization, or rather a company, that deals with casts, clutches, what do I call them? Things, or rather not things, what do I call them? Gadgets that are used to enable individuals who are undergoing physiotherapy make their journey easier, make them stronger, allow them to walk. You know, they deal with casts and things like those. I am not an orthopedic doctor, so I allow him, when he gets on set, to take us through what it is all about, the services and the products they offer, how they are offered, where they are located, where they are situated, and what exactly inspired the creation of this particular brand. We also have Brianna Nancy, who is an artist. She'll be joining us later on Zoom to take us through her musical journey, the things she's done differently about her music, why music in particular. She also has a new single out, so she'll be taking us through that as well. As you can see, we have a lot lined up just for you, so stay tuned. You can reach us through our social media platforms at KUTV Kenya on Facebook, KUTV_Kenya on Twitter, and at KUTV Kenya on Instagram. Let us know what exactly you're looking forward to in regards to today's conversation, the questions you may have, the opinions you may also have. Let us know. Talk to us again at KUTV Kenya on Facebook, KUTV_Kenya on Twitter, and at KUTV Kenya on Instagram. I will be waiting for you. But before we get into all that, I'll be coming back to you with the traffic updates. Into the traffic updates for today. We get our traffic updates from Matthew Root on Twitter. So it's MA3ROUTE on Twitter. That's where we get our traffic updates. So if you have any useful information in regards to the roads you're on, any roads all around the country, please make sure to tag at Matthew Root on Twitter. Also tag us at KUTV_Kenya on Twitter. My Wayakiwe towards Kangemi is moving, so there's a little bit of traffic, but it's actually moving. There's a truck stuck on Jogo Road opposite St. Anne's Primary going into town, so there's a bit of traffic on Jogo Road opposite St. Anne's Primary School that has been caused by a stuck truck. So if you are approaching that road, be sure to expect some traffic. If you have an alternative route, you can use it as well to escape that traffic. If you're en route Nairobi through the Malaba route, it's too cold and it's slightly misty along Limuru Naivasha. So if you're on that road, use all the appropriate lights. Do not speed. The road's looking very, very misty. If you are on Thika Road, let us know what Thika Road is looking like. Let us know what Waiyaki Way is looking like. Let us know what's Mombasa Road, Waiyaki Way, every other road that I've not touched on. Please let us know what they look like. Send us all these details and make sure to tag us at KUTV_Kenya on Twitter and at Ma3Route on Twitter. MA3ROUTE is the place to tag on Twitter and let us know what it looks like. I will be coming back to you with our guest. After this short break, I have Caleb Mutiso from Mentor X Country 2022. I will be seeing you after this short break. Most of people know you as Muma, but then I'm shocked that you're called Francis Wangai. Where did the name Muma come from?
The person I started the company with, she was called Maureen Namungai, so Muma. Yeah, this officer arrests me, and then it's like, when you go to the central, ako, hata alikuwa na lugha stano akiwa uchi, nilipata akitoa nguo.
Sasa ni bora zaidi, mwanzo mpya, mambo mapya. Msimu mwingine wa Boresha Kilimo unakuletea teknolojia ibuka, kilimo mseto, uongezaji thamani. Teknolojia dijitali ya mauzo inawezesha ufikiaji wa masoko. Soko moko yako, mahangaiko yako ya kufikia masoko yamefika kikomo, manake tunao Mkulima Yangu.
What Mkulima Yangu does is it connects farmers with the market.
Hii ni Boresha Kilimo kwa ushirikiano na Mkulima Yangu. Atafutaye hachoki na kichoka kesha pata. Kwa makala maalum ya kilimo, ungana nasi kila Jumamosi saa 6:30 kwenye kipindi ukipendacho Boresha Kilimo.
Unemployment has hit you hard. Your salary is meager. You decide to venture into business, but you're struggling to thrive in it. You would want to reap a big tip on how not to run into losses.
Forget the preachy business vlogs, the hyperbolic motivational speeches, and all the roads down desperation.
Hope has come, with model stories from small successful entrepreneurs. We tell you these tales weekly on The Budding Entrepreneur. Join us as we help you make your trade profitable and often smile to the bank.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
People power si vuguvugu. People power ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vilevile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Duniani Leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Technovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Make a date with me, Samson Jura, every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us up until this far. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, today we have so much lined up for you, here to learn, here to meet new people and learn new things. I have Caleb Mutiso here with me in studio. He is a team leader at Mentor X Country 2022, and I'll allow him to introduce himself and take us through what he does in this very amazing mentorship program. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
A bit nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay.
You can take a deep breath.
Okay. Thank you.
So who is Caleb Mutiso?
So I'm Caleb. I graduated this year from GIKUNDA, degree in mechatronics engineering. So I have a passion for the youth and also a passion for students in high school, because I believe high school is the best place where you can model most of the characters and the best personality that you can use to weave and also meander through life. Yeah. So apart from being an engineer, I also do this program that I've been doing since back then when I was in campus with friends. So what we normally do is help students understand their careers. This came from, I was the class representative for my class for 5 years. So I've seen people join us. I've seen people leave the course. The ones who we were called by the government coups were 150, but we graduated around 55 students. Yeah. So people have dropped, some have changed careers, and some have just failed their way throughout the whole course. So I tend to believe that this came part because people didn't know what to expect when they were choosing mechatronics. Yeah? So personally, maybe why I chose mechatronics is because I wanted to do something that can deal with robotics and automation. But that degree is not offered anywhere in Kenya. You have to leave the country. So mechatronics was the closest I could come to robotics and automation. So 5 years we graduated, and I'm still pushing for this career development program for high school students. Yeah. So that's who I am. Besides that, I also play the saxophone.
Oh, wow.
I also play the piano, and I have been learning a bit of guitar.
So you're also an instrumentalist.
Yeah, instrumentalist.
Interesting. What's the importance of mentorship? You've said a lot about mentorship. What's the importance of mentorship?
Okay. So time has changed so much, considering back then, maybe in the 90s, our parents used to leave campus and they would get jobs actually the next day. So times have changed right now. People already know, yes, academic qualifications are everywhere. Students are finishing high school and campus with really good grades. Parents wamekuwa wise, so they know how to prepare the kids for the job market. But when you go to apply for a job these days, it's not about the technical skills. They more worry about what kind of a person you are, your character, how you're going to fit in the culture for the company, maybe some things that really matter, maybe communication skills, how well you present yourself, yeah? And that's where people are missing the spot, yeah? Where people are missing out. For example, you might have the first class, right? And you will go for an interview with somebody with a second upper or second lower, but this person has been doing things outside the classwork. Yeah, maybe they've been doing a sport, maybe they are running some organization somewhere, maybe they have gone and taken an extra skill while you are concentrating on your academics. Yeah. So when you go for the interview, yes,
one has more social skills than the other.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's how they will interact better with the interviewer. Yeah. So they might get the job, you might not get the job.
But you have better grades. Yes.
So it's no longer about the grades. And there are people who've gone before us already, so they have been through all these challenges that you're facing right now. So how do you use their experience? Because there's no use of trying to figure out new mistakes or new ways or reinvent the wheel. Yeah. So you can pick the knowledge and use that knowledge to navigate through life. Yeah. So basically, that's the importance of
mentorship. Someone once said the difference between a rich person and a poor person is normally mentorship. How true is that?
Okay.
I heard that somewhere.
that's somebody's own opinion. But for my experience, everybody has had somebody to hold their hand. Yeah. For example, maybe for me it might have been my parents. They didn't know they were mentoring me. My dad used to take me for meetings. Yeah. So whenever he will go somewhere, he will invite me. For me, I'll go for the food and for the traveling. Yeah. But you'll see things that will bring up that curiosity.
Yeah.
Back in high school, I went to Alliance, by the way.
People who went to Alliance, you must know they went to Alliance.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a light note. But at Alliance, there are many opportunities offered. So it's not just about the academics. There's the drama, there's the music festivals, there's the leadership part. There's also the mentorship bit that the principal, Mr. Karink, used to give us. We also, for example, we had opportunities like exchange programs. I went for 2 to Germany. I did German in high school. So while I was traveling, I got to be exposed. Yeah, my parents facilitated some of one that was back in Form 2, and then the Form 3 one we had to apply for competition. So for me, I was exposed by people around me without actually knowing that I was being exposed. Yeah. So I believe people have had, I've had people hold my hand basically without them knowing, and some of them have actually been aware that they were helping me out. Yeah. Another, maybe some of the other mentors I've had is the CEO of Prudential Group, Mr. James Moria. He's actually the one who's always helping me understand more about business. So I normally, if I get a thought or an idea, normally pass it through him, and he tells me, okay, what is this? Yeah, how is it going to work out? Have you studied your market? Where are you going to get the money? Yeah, what's the profit? I also have Mr. Mbuvingunze, he's the former CEO of Kenya Airways, also a friend. They help you understand what is ahead, yeah, because they are mature, they have experience.
Yes.
Experience plays a big role. Yeah, so everyone needs to have somebody to hold their hand.
I agree. You've mentioned earlier, you've said that this mentorship program is where we learn through other people's mistakes. Like, we don't have the time to discover new mistakes, which leads me to the guest speakers. We have so many guest speakers, and as I was saying on the poster, there are people we know, there are people we've seen, because there were so many familiar faces, to me rather, on that poster. So is that the reason why you've picked people in different careers who've been there ahead to basically give us their mistakes for us to learn from?
Okay, it's not just the mistakes we are after.
Not the mistakes, but the lessons they've learned, both the good and the bad.
Yeah, basically that's the bit, the experience, and majorly not at the advanced level because they have experience in the corporate world, but how they moved through high school and what they did back then that has helped them even right now. So maybe they might not have known back then that maybe becoming a prefect can help me gain the public speaking skills. But now they can point out that this is what I did. Maybe you can try it out. So basically, it's the experience, and the experience majorly the high school level. Yeah.
I'm curious, what inspired the name Mentor X?
Oh, okay. So so you move around, and everybody is branding their own thing. And for me, the way I was taught by also a friend from Spain, he runs an incubation platform that picks social entrepreneurs. Yeah, I've also been part of his program. So he taught me just be simple, pick the fastest thing. You know, most people spend time on branding and all that.
Yeah.
But what really matters is actually getting out there and
what you can offer.
What you can offer. And actually interacting, doing the actual work with your clients. So for me, the name just came from the name mentor, mentorship, mentor. So we just put the A instead of the R.
Okay. All right. So what are the benefits basically of joining Mentor X?
Okay, so one of the benefits is exposure, because you're exposed to these speakers, and they basically, it's a 14-day event. So each morning you're waking up and you're getting to hear from these people. So when you're moving throughout the day for 14 days, you're charged. Yeah. And then also this experience that these people are bringing to the table is something that has been tried and proven. So it's not me speaking, it's them speaking, and they've done it. Yeah. So you can actually use that that as evidence.
You're seeing results.
Yeah, you're seeing results. Ndoi hapa, this is Nina, she's this and that, yeah? So that's another advantage. Another advantage is most people in high school say wanafikiria, they're thinking in that closed community.
Yeah.
For example, lunch inafika saa ngapi, niko na exam kesho, yeah? Instead of preparing for 10 years to come, 5 years to come, so what we do, when you link somebody to a CEO of a company that is generating around 100 billion Kenyan shillings per year, then somebody is no longer thinking, I just want to get my lunch, yeah? They start thinking, okay, I need to build something of my own. Maybe if you become a lawyer, is there anything more to this law? Yeah, we have lawyers already out there. So what's going to be different about you? That's what's going to give them an edge. Yeah. We also have a lot of life skills that we're giving both to the parents and to the students. For example, most parents don't know how to deal with the Gen Z people. So one assume the old form of just peleka mtoto shule, let them graduate and let them get the best scores. That's enough, yeah. But the world has changed a lot. So we also expose parents to some of the changes in these things, yeah. So maybe advising them to take their kids to work and let them see what they are doing and so on and so forth. So we also expose parents, we also expose the kids. I don't know whether this is the right time to talk about the curriculum.
No, you can.
Okay, yeah. So we offer a lot of life skills in form of modules. So for example, financial literacy. And this is not the traditional save pesa kwa piggy bank, yeah, fungua co-op account and so on and so forth. So what happens is we train these students to think about assets and liabilities. So for example, what asset can you get at such an age? How can you use that asset? Basically is using a principle called compound interest, which is very beautiful. Basically your money multiplies with time. Instead of ile kuweka fungia kwa bank and the money will work well. So that's one of the modules we're doing. We're also doing mental health, which is very important at this age. Your time, yeah, when people used to go fight lions, I think it ended. For now, we're dealing with a softer generation, and we also need to know how to approach things. So those are some of the benefits that we have within our program. I hope I've exhausted. Yeah.
What does it take for you to join MentorX, for an individual to join MentorX?
Okay, so the first stages we started where you had to be in Form 1, 2, 3 because the event is taking place during the KCSE period.
Yeah.
It's going to be virtual, so you have to have access to a mobile phone or a computer and good and fast internet. And when we were starting, we were requiring the students to write essays. Yeah? But for now, it's not required because most teachers were asking, okay, now why would you deny somebody mentorship because there's no one who doesn't need it. It's like telling people you're going to get food because you wrote a good essay, you didn't write a good essay. So it's open to any student from anywhere, especially the ladies who are more it's like they have less access to career opportunities and career mentorship. Some of them don't have people to look up to, and I think they'll get such people even while interacting with us. For example, there's Ruth Nyakirario who has done some amazing work. She failed at some point in her life, and she also had some mental health challenges, but she came through all that to who she is right now. So I believe those are the few. Basically, being from 1 to Form 3 have a good access to internet. There are also charges.
I was about to ask, is it free? Is it free?
Of course, it's not free. Nothing worthwhile comes free.
For free, yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing late applications now, so it's 2,500 per student.
I saw today is the last day. Today's 30th.
Today is the last day to apply. So by evening we'll have divided the students because they're going to be working, some of them in groups. Maybe just to mention, there's a curriculum, there's a side curriculum we have, it's called TIEMZ, TIEMZ, and what they do is they basically put them in a working simulation. So we have there's a CEO, there's an employee, there's the legal officer, and what they're doing is they're trying to explore their passions. So basically we give them work to do. The CEO has to do this work, the legal officer has to do this work, and they go do the research, they interact within the group and come out with a report. They give reports every day for the 14 days. So basically, that's what we'll be doing today evening. So that's why this is the last day. Yeah.
You mentioned Form 1, 2, and 3. So what happens to the Form 4 students who maybe are interested and they did not make it to join when they were in Form 1, 2, and 3?
Okay. We normally have a crash program for Form 4 leavers, and it's a bit intense, and it's actually intense than this one because they have to, for every module, they have to give data. They have to go to the field and collect information. So they can still join us. Yeah, once they're done with their KCSE.
So aside from the 14 days, yes, what else do you do all around the year?
That's for Mentor, right? Not personally.
Yes, personally, no, for Mentor, yes, for Mentor.
Okay, so around the year we have, like for next year, we're planning a visit to Marsabit. I've been in contact with the county director there. Maybe just while we were organizing this event, we got to learn that the situation there is really bad. The government actually pays for people to go to school there. It pays the parents to take their children to school. So we decided we were going to go there and maybe expose some of the kids to some of the career opportunities out there so that they can just stop thinking about the cows, where are my parents, where they're moving. Yeah, so that's one. We're also planning an event for the ladies. It's called CEO. We've not yet gotten the fine details, but basically it's going to be a physical interaction with some of the women leaders in Kenya to expose the ladies to opportunities out there and maybe have them change their visions. I think when I was a youth, I also go to church. I used to interact with some of the young ladies, na mtu anakuambia namaliza tu shule nipate bwana kona pesa, and then
that's it.
To go.
Yeah.
So we need to expose them that they can do something with their lives,
by themselves.
Yeah, like for example, we are two here now. If we were just to give the opportunities to the men, maybe we'll have one person solving a problem. But now if we have even the ladies solving problems, then we have more people to solve the problems that are around us. Yeah, so we have that. We also have some. We are planning some physical career events for high school students, and we'll also have the same program we're having this year next year. And we're also planning, there's a STEM event for kids where we expose them to basics of coding and robotics. Yeah.
Right. Now, before we wind up, you can kindly take us through the 14 days. What are the activities in through the 14 days?
Okay. So we'll be having a speaker every morning. That's from 8 to 8:30 a.m. And the speakers are the ones who, I don't know whether you got a copy of the poster.
I did, yes.
Yeah. So these speakers are the ones who are going to be speaking to the students every morning. Then for we are requesting, we're only taking 2 hours of the students' time every day so that they can also get time to go and do their academics tuition, help out at home. So for the 1 hour 30 minutes, we're expecting them to interact with our curriculum, and also interact with the teams that we have put them in. So that's the backbone of everything. So basically that's it.
That's it. So is there like a certification or an acknowledgement when you finish the 14-day?
Okay, so we have certificates for the kids once they're done, which will be delivered to their schools or even to their parents. We also have we're planning a physical competition because the aim of the teams is to come up with an idea that maybe can be monetized at a later stage. We also have awards. For example, of course they're going to be outstanding kids, so we have a trip for them to Panari Sky Center. We're also in contact with some of the speakers so that we have some of the students visiting them in their workplaces and maybe seeing how they're doing their work. Yeah.
Right, that is really nice. We've come to the end of the show. Maybe you can take us through your social media and maybe a word of closure to the people who are watching. You can invite them for the event. The parents, I'm sure there's a ton of parents watching. The parents as well, you can request them to, add their children to be part of it.
Okay, maybe the best way to reach out will be through a mobile phone number. I don't know whether should I give
you should, yes.
Okay, 0777 69 51 77.
One more time.
Okay, 0777 77 69 51 77. So that's the official number for Mentor. You can it's preferably and also advisable to text on WhatsApp. Social media, you can check our page on Facebook. That's Mentor Kenya. Twitter, Mentor Kenya, bit not active. We have a website. So for the website, it's simple: bit.ly. Then there's a stroke MENTAXC. So maybe again bit.ly stroke MENTAXC.
All right. So anything you can tell the parents, maybe the students?
So I'm inviting the parents to maybe facilitate their kids. Maybe you might spend your time investing on academics, and then the kid has the degree and anakaa kwa nyumba, they don't know how to use it. So we can help the student become all-rounded, maybe see the opportunities out there. For the students, I advise them to actually seek mentorship, because at such a young age, most of the concerns, they're not really that important. Of course, it's important to go through that stage, but you can prepare for the future well by seeking guidance and counseling. So we are also encouraging the students to join us. So basically, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Can we follow you on social media?
Yeah, I'm more active on what? Okay, I think I gave up on social media, but you can find me on Facebook, Caleb Mutiso. You can find me on Instagram, Caleb Mutiso, same. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much
for
all the knowledge you've shared with us. Looking forward to seeing the students grow in terms of mentorship and all that. It's actually quite it's pretty unique. It's a very unique idea. So thank you for joining us this morning. We really appreciate. We've come to the end of this particular part of today's conversation. I hope you've learned something, even as a parent. As your children, are doing their KCSE, KCPE, I'm sure you know where to take them after this. Guidance and mentorship is very important, as explained by Caleb Mutiso. Do not touch that dial. Please send in your feedback at KUTV Kenya on Facebook, KUTV_Kenya on Twitter, and KUTV Kenya on Instagram. Let me know what you think, what you feel, and what is your opinion. We will be coming back after this short break with Dr. Evans Ouma from Limbs Orthopedic. I will be seeing you after this short break. How's the interview for you?
Kenyatta University will hold its 52nd graduation ceremony on Friday, 16th December 2022 at the main campus along the Thika Superhighway. KUTV will provide live coverage of the graduation ceremony from 8 a.m. The graduation ceremony will also be streamed live on KUTV and KU website, Lola app, and all KU social media platforms. For more information, please contact the Office of the Registrar Academic on 020-870-3092 or 0786335111 or visit the KU website at www.ku.ac.ke. Kenyatta University, transforming higher education, enhancing lives.
Why are you taking medicine?
Are you okay?
Yes, I am. The tablet is for HIV prevention.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, refers to antiretroviral drugs taken daily by HIV-negative people who are at ongoing risk of HIV infection to reduce their chances of becoming infected. If used consistently, PrEP can reduce the risk of HIV infection by over 90%. However, because it does not protect against unplanned pregnancy, it should always be used with a family planning method. To get PrEP and any other HIV prevention method, visit a healthcare provider. To talk to someone on PrEP, uliza NASCOP at 0800 724 848 or use direct line 0726 460 000 or 1190. This message is brought to you by the National Syndemic Disease Control Council.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design, with branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa. Our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
There's a criteria on how we select the students who join the program. And for us, the criteria is that they must come from a needy background.
We have very many programs at Nairobi, but specifically I will highlight one. That is the intake program, and it has two areas that we focus on, or rather two stages that it works, happens. So the first one is the DLP, that is the Digital Literacy Program. It is the first training that anyone gets to interact with at Nairobi.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
The folks are going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi kukufuku, pepo pani idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni dunia ni leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Hello everyone, this is the new chapter of Let's Be Fit. I'll be host DiCaplo. I'm here to give you various workouts. I'll be having different trainers. We'll have Zumba classes, we'll have aerobics classes, we'll have box exercise, we'll have kata box, just name them.
Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean and tall. I don't foster, serious and other. A big time player. Trip too big and kind of I went flexer, Tina said gym,
The show comes every Thursday from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. Keep it locked, make sure we keep fit, and that's it from me to you. Let's be fit.
I went flexer, Tina said gym, too hot like a heater. My neck done froze like winter. Don't bet it on liquor, Shay's on me picture.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design, with branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa. Our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us up until this far. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you are learning a lot as per regards to today's show. Today we have so much lined up for you. Earlier on, I mentioned we'll be having Dr. Evans Oma with us on set. He is an orthopedic technologist. If you can see behind us, we have so many, let me call them appliances, but I am open to be corrected. I am open to learn this morning. Karibu sana daktari.
Asante.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I'm well. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Who is Dr. Evans?
Dr. Evans is an orthopedic technologist. We specialize with you can use the term appliances, but a good term that maybe can be understandable is splints. Yes, you can. Splints is the term that can be easily understandable to people.
Splints.
Splints. Yes.
What are splints?
Splints are appliances, as you said, that assist maybe someone to achieve a goal. There are different kinds of splints. We have splints that assist for someone who has weaknesses in a different part of the body. We have splints that correct for someone who has maybe an injury or a condition that needs to be corrected. Yes.
Okay. I look like I'm zoning out because I'm seeing so many things on the table.
Yes.
That are scary.
They're not scary. They're just they're good.
Because, like, for instance, my eye has really caught this. This is so tiny. This is for a tiny baby.
Yes, it's for a tiny baby, not for a tiny baby as per se, but it's for a small baby.
A small baby. How small?
I would say from weeks.
Weeks?
A week.
That's a small baby.
So
what does this do exactly?
Now, this one, we call it a fab. This is a splint for a baby who has undergone a process of casting. This is a baby who had something we call a clubfoot. You know, a clubfoot is the condition where a baby is born with the foot inverted. The foot is on some kind of inversion.
Facing the opposite direction, that is.
There's the situations where they face the opposite direction, but in this case they are in this manner.
Oh, okay.
And they step, ni kama akikanyaga, if the baby can be able to walk, atakuwa anakanyaga na
this part.
the sides of the foot. Yes, so the inversion or the formation of the foot, it's called CTV in medical term, but in other terms, the languages, it's being called a clubfoot. Now, clubfoot has to undergo a number of treatment procedures before the baby can be given this one. So the procedures that should be done, depending
surgical procedures.
Okay, now there's not surgical procedure. Surgical procedure should be the last option, where if we say maybe all the other procedures that are being followed are not going through. Yes. So the procedures that go for the baby is, we call it casting, to correct the foot. Casting is where we use the plaster bandage. I'm sure you've seen one or two of that, especially for the people who have fractures, they have the casting.
Yeah.
Yes, so the plaster bandage is being used to do the serial casting for the baby. And that one, after a number of weeks, depending on the severity of the clubfoot and how the baby responds, we will assess and know when to give the FAB.
The FAB.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about kids with cerebral palsy. That's a very heavy term.
No, cerebral
the
palsy.
R's and the L's.
No, cerebral palsy, as you've said, cerebral palsy involves brain of the injury of the brain.
Yeah.
Where cerebral is the brain, of course, and palsy is a term to refer to an injury, if you can say. So it's like a paralysis of some parts of the brain.
Yeah.
So cerebral palsy is a condition where a child cannot be able to undergo the normal procedures of growth. You see, it comes about due to many factors. One is when the baby is in the womb of the mother, during birth, when the baby has been born, and also after. We have the prenatal
and postnatal.
And the postnatal
Yeah.
cases. Now, for prenatal, we can say when the mother gets some maybe infections, yes, can cause the baby, some types of infections can cause the baby to have such kind of illnesses.
Some people, me included, we are wondering, what are some of these infections?
Oh, some of the infections, the one that we can say like the STIs. STI is a very bad type of infection.
It can cause?
Yes, can cause the baby.
A fetus to get cerebral palsy?
Yes, as early as when the baby is in the womb. Yes, then when the baby is being born, the type of injuries that the baby can experience, like falling or maybe prolonged labor, can also cause that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, then after now the baby has been born, the baby is okay, everything is going on well. The baby may get some, let's say, how can I say, apart from the injuries, the baby can get some illnesses, like the meningitis. The meningitis also is some of the leading causes of the cerebral palsy. Yes, for kids. Yes.
So you deal with children that have, let me just say CP, please. For purposes of my tongue, let's just say CP. You deal with kids that have CP.
Yes.
And kids that have CP use this.
Yes. Now, for kids that have CP, cerebral palsy is, I would say, a condition where it cannot be treated. You can just use some medication to suppress maybe some hyperactivity in them, but you cannot treat it. This is an injury to the brain. Now, depending on the severity, whether it is mild or severe, the baby should go through some care. Some care where you give a casting, because this is an injury to the brain. So you find that there is multiple muscle contractions differently.
Are these caused by nerve damage?
Yes, the nerve damage.
Okay.
When the brain is damaged, of course, that affects
Damages
the
the
nervous
nerves.
system of the
Okay.
body. Yes. So you might find that the baby, depending on how a baby responds, see, there's the milestones for children to grow. You find that the baby is almost, let's say, 6 months, the baby has not even
been able to sit.
Yes, I've not even tried to start sitting.
Yeah.
The baby is maybe 1 year, the baby has never even
The
tried
backbone
to
is not
stand.
firm.
Yes.
Mhm.
So from there, you do the assessment, then you know that this baby has this condition, whether it is mild or severe.
Or severe.
And depending on on it being mild or severe,
Mhm.
we advise on the splints that the baby needs to use.
Mhm.
Yes.
Now I'm curious, what do these things do? Maybe you can take us through like the appliances on the table right now and the ones behind us.
All right.
What each of them does.
Yes. Now,
We've already done this one. We've already done
no,
this one.
That one is
The fab.
Yes, and in most of the cases,
Mhm.
the children with the clubfoot get treated.
Mhm.
Yes,
They end up very okay.
if they end up very okay.
Okay.
But it needs to be a good follow-up.
Mhm.
It needs to be something that both the caregiver and also the medics like us follow up on a weekly or monthly basis,
Mhm.
so that we can know how the baby is going on.
So allow me to ask. So as you offer these appliances,
Yes.
or rather these splints,
Yes.
you also offer now the physio aspect of it.
Yes, we also have to train the caregivers on how to tie these things.
And then they come for checkups.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they have to come for regular checkups,
Mhm.
so that we can see
Monitor the progress.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Now this one,
Mhm.
for faster, this one is called spinal brace.
Mhm.
This is it has many usage. For one, is to allow the baby to sit.
Mhm.
A baby was not being able to sit. Now, in this case, you find that the baby has weak backbones.
Backbone.
Yes. Now, this one, when it's given to the baby can be able to sit because this one supports.
Mhm.
Yes. And in some cases, it also corrects, because when a baby has weak backbone, you find that they develop some curvatures.
Mhm.
Not normally, not for a normal human being.
You're
supposed to sit
upright.
up straight. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, for this, because they have no strength in their backbones, they tend to have some curvatures.
Yeah.
So this one corrects the curvatures that may be developing to the child,
Mhm.
and also it supports. Now, for the support that it gives, it also makes the back to be strong. And over time, you'll find that the baby can be able to sit
by
on their own.
themselves, yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
this one is called a spinal brace.
A spinal brace.
Spinal brace.
Okay.
Yes, it has many usages, and it's very important.
Mhm.
Yes. Now, this one, we call it an AFO.
Mhm. An AFO.
AFO.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
In simple terms.
Mhm.
It's a splint that assists. It has many usages also. This splint, we have different types of this splint. There's the jointed one. This one is a jointed one.
Mhm.
We also have a rigid one. We never came with one, but we also have a rigid one. This one, this splint, an AFO, assists someone with, let's say, weak ankle joint.
Okay.
So yes,
These people with weak ankle joints.
yes, you find that some children have weak ankle joints, so the ankle joint cannot be able to support the weight of the body.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Or you find that the baby can stand, yes, but the ankle joint, due
It's
to
not
its
firm.
weakness,
Mhm.
it tends
It can't
to
hold the weight
yes,
of the
it
person.
can't hold the weight of the person.
Okay.
So this one supports.
Mhm.
There's a rigid one, which also has different use.
Mhm.
Yes, but more or less they have the same functionality. Yes.
From the time we started, I've realized we've really spoken about kids.
Yes.
So are majority of your clients children?
Yes, for now, majority of our clients are children, but not much because we also
Or you can say a good number.
a good number. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but because we also have the prosthesis.
Yeah. What?
We call these ones prosthesis.
Prosthesis.
Yes. These are we can call it a replacement for someone who has
Lost
been
a limb.
amputated. Yes.
Yes.
For amputations. Yes. Now we go to this one.
This one.
This one is called combined.
A combination of this.
Yes, it's a combination of the spinal brace. It's a combination of this AFO, and it's also a combination of something we call a KAFO. KFO. Yes. Now the KFO is knee, foot, ankle, orthosis.
Sorry, knee,
foot, ankle, orthosis.
Orthosis.
Yes.
Okay.
All these are orthoses. We call them orthoses when there are many. Now this one is for a child with CP, like you said.
Yeah.
Now this one assists the child to stand and also to sit because it's a combination, so it is jointed.
I was about to ask how do they sit and it looks straight. So it has joints.
It has joints, and also this one gives the baby ability to stand because it assists them to stand.
Yeah.
Yes. Now when it's like this, you see it's standing. Yes. Then when you want the baby to sit, you just unlock the joints. Yes. This one is for the.
Oh, okay.
Then the baby will be able to sit.
And then at the knee area as well.
Yes, and at the knee area as well. So when you unlock this,
right, okay.
yes, the baby can be able to flex the knees. Yes. Now, for this appliance, the one that we call the combined, this is not a combined cover. This is a TH cover. Now, this combined TH cover allows the baby to stand, like we said, and there is so many benefits. There is so many benefits for someone, both an adult and a child, to stand. Yes, we're talking about muscle
movement,
muscle strength, bowel movement improvement. You see. And also good blood circulation. Yes. So that one is why standing is very important. Yes.
As I was reading your profile, like I mentioned to you when you walked in,
yes.
There's a phrase that's intrigued me. I'd say it shocked me.
Okay.
Where it said that when you started this business, it reached a point where there was an influx of patients whereby you even had to expand.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Which begs the question, how bad is it that we have an influx? Like, there's so many.
Okay. Now, lifestyle is one of the major causes of many of the diseases that we experience. Yes. You find that someone will be tending to like some type of maybe foods and maybe drinks, but this person will never like to do exercises. Yes. So you find that this is just an accumulation of something major that may happen to the person in future. Yes. So you find that and the types of food that we eat nowadays is a major cause for this. Yes.
Okay. So moving on, let's talk about the adults. We've talked about the children, and it is scary. It is actually very scary. But let's talk about now the things we have behind us.
Yes.
You've told me these are artificial limbs for individuals who've been amputated.
Yes.
You can turn, yes.
Now.
You just turn. You can turn with the chair.
All right.
All right.
Now, we have this.
Mm-hmm.
This is for amputation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all this except that one.
Mm-hmm.
These are for people who have been amputated.
Mm-hmm.
And we have different types of amputations.
Mm-hmm.
We have the lower limb amputations, and we also have the upper limb amputations.
Okay.
Whereby the upper limb, I'm talking about when someone has been amputated from the hand, the arm, you say the arm?
There's the arm and the hand. The arm and the hand.
From the hands, even the fingers.
Yeah.
To the hand, the whole arm.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's also different processes for the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now this one is for the lower limbs,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that we came with.
Mm-hmm.
This one is for someone who has been amputated below
from the knee.
Yes. Below,
Okay.
Just below the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. There's the cases where someone has been amputated just above the ankle,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also the cases where someone has been amputated, just the toes have been amputated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's different.
Are there prostheses for all that?
Yes, there's prosthesis for all that.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one is someone who has been amputated below the knee.
Mm-hmm.
This next one
Mm-hmm.
is for someone who has been amputated above the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because you can see it
At the thigh area or just above the knee?
it depends with the level, but just above the knee, that's above knee amputation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So today, as far as I've seen, we've mostly tackled from the waist going down.
Yes.
I'm curious, do you also have appliances for people who've lost their hands?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We have appliances for people who have lost their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still called prosthesis, all of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Every gadget is called a prosthesis?
No.
Not all of them?
Not all of them.
Ah, okay.
We have splints,
and prosthesis.
which are orthosis,
Mm-hmm.
and we have prosthesis.
What's the difference?
Now, splints,
Mm-hmm.
which are orthosis, are these ones. They support. They give support and they give correction.
Oh, so orthosis, they give support and correction.
Yes.
And prosthesis?
Prosthesis now is a replacement of a lost limb.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Now allow me to ask, what other products and services do you offer other than now the prosthesis and the orthosis?
Now, other than the prosthesis and orthosis, of course, we offer the training, which we can call it therapy for the usage for these splints and the prosthesis. We also offer, of course, there's the treatment, different ways of treatment. We have the conservative treatment, and we have non-treatment where we just give an advice to a person. That's treatment itself. Yes.
Earlier on when you came, you told me that you don't just offer physiotherapy, you offer special therapy.
Yes.
What's the difference?
Okay, now physiotherapy is a special area where the professionals do that. Yes, we have the physiotherapist.
Yeah.
Though we both work under, I would say, the same roof, because all of us, we are rehabilitation. It's under rehabilitation. Yes. Now there's physiotherapy, there's...
so there's different departments. There's also deal with physiotherapy, there's
Yes.
also deal with special therapy.
Yes.
So what
now
is
for
special
therapy?
Yeah.
Is a therapy where we give therapy to a person who we offer the splints or the prosthesis to. Yes.
That's special therapy.
That's special therapy. Yes.
Physiotherapy?
Now physiotherapy is more of muscle training, where someone will be done for the muscle training and the muscle stimulations. Yes.
Now aside from orthosis and prosthesis, do you offer like crutches and the likes?
Yes, the assistive devices, we do offer the crutches. Yes, there's the crutches, there's the walkers. Yes, we also offer those.
All right. I'm sure there's someone there wondering, will this cost me, this is not a right statement, an arm and a leg to pay? Is this expensive? Is it cost friendly?
It is fairly. I would say it's fair. Yes. Okay, depending with the current.
I'm sure prices vary. There's someone who'd say it's expensive. There's someone who'd say it's
depending
cheap.
Also, it depends
it's
on
relative.
The quality and the type of material that you want to be used for your prosthesis or your splint. Yes. Now the price will vary from there.
From the services you offer.
Yes.
I'm also curious. If do you deal with now individuals who've already gotten services from hospital? Like you have to have gone to a hospital to get help and then we come to you, or you also offer those services? Like a parent can come to you with their child and tell you as a doctor, my child is ABC, then you take it up from there.
Yes, it's if a parent comes and inquires and tell us that the child is experiencing ABC, we love to assess the baby or the child.
You offer diagnosis?
Yes.
Okay.
We love to assess, and depending on the diagnosis that will come to, now we'll tell the parent that we can do this for the child, or now this one is a different area. Now we have to refer you to a different place.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So where would people find you? Those who would need your services, your products, your assistance?
Yes. Limbs Orthopedic is in Kasarani, just around about 300 meters from the junction of Kasarani police station. Yes. We are located along the Isipe Road towards Kise.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That's where Limbs Orthopedic is.
Take walk-ins and all that?
We take walk-ins and also referrals. Yes.
Where can we get you on social media? Social media, a number we can use.
We have numbers. We have 07. Can I say it?
Yes.
The number that you can reach us through is 0714 657 263.
You can share it one more time. Jashika.
Yes, the number is 0714 657 263. Of course, we have different numbers for the company. Yes, but even that one you can be reached. Yes.
Social media platforms?
We're on Twitter, Limbs Orthopedic.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Maybe
and also we are on Facebook.
Yes. Limbs Orthopedic as well.
Yes.
A word of advice maybe to parents, individuals. You've mentioned something about lifestyle.
Yes.
Maybe something you can say as a doctor, so that maybe everyone else may include them. Most of our parents. That's why I was so shocked, and then I saw small feet, and my baby is just 3. So that's why it's triggered me. These are so small.
Okay.
So maybe a word of advice to young parents.
Okay.
Incoming parents.
Okay. Now, lifestyle is the choice of someone. I mean, we can't say that you do not need to do this. It's your choice. But remember that when you choose a lifestyle or something that you are doing,
has consequences.
There's consequences for that. So, and also when you experience a situation where you have maybe one of the cases, do not shy away from reaching out for help. Yes. We've seen cases where many people do not want to come out with their kids because they're hiding them, because maybe the child has a CP. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
It has happened.
It happens.
So you find a solution to the problem.
It's something that can be solved.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. If anyone wants to look for you personally, Dr. Evans, where can they get you?
Personally, I'm at Limbs. Yes, I would say that elsewhere, but you can reach me through the same number. Yes, Limbs Orthopedic, we're in Kasarani, just on your way to Kise. Yes.
All right, we've come to the end of this conversation. I've learned a lot.
I think
these things are scary. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to anyone that they're scary to look at.
They're scary to look at, but they help. And
they help, yes.
Yes, the cases are outside here. So many.
Thank you so much, Daktari, for your time and your knowledge.
Thank
we
you.
do hope that people will heed to the advice you've given. If you have a child that needs help, please reach out. That's your baby. Give them the best, the absolute best that you possibly can, yeah?
Yes.
So thank you so much, Daktari. Looking forward to seeing you again to teach us more.
Thank you.
Tumeshukuru for sharing with us again your knowledge and teaching us about all these things. I did not know all these things. So thank you so much. We appreciate. We will be coming back to you after this short break with more of the show. Do not touch that dial.
It's another episode of Beauty Hack, and when you see me, it's all about beauty. So today you can see what's around me. Today it's about hair. It's about wig and wave installation, wig construction, and all to do about wigs. We are hanging out with Johnson from Navi Beauty Parlor as he tells us more about this. My name is Ashley Asochi, and welcome to today's episode of Beauty Hack. Introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us what you do.
My name is Kasereka Kitambala Johnson.
Tell us what you do here in Lavi.
In Lavi tunatengeneza nywele na tunafanya makeup, tunatengeneza kucha, massage, tunafanya vitu vingi sana hapa.
I understand Lavi is a French word, yeah, the life. Why did you choose the name Lavi?
Yes, nilichagua name Lavi. Ni name kwanza yenye inahusu mimi. Lavi inamaanisha life. Manake kwa maisha lazima kuna hiyo moyo ya beauty. That's why nilichoose Lavi. Juu hiyo life lazima kuna urembo, vitu kadhaa. Yeah.
Kufanya beauty, it's something you always wanted to do ama you just reach adulthood ukaona let me embrace my time in doing beauty.
Yeah, choose beauty nilipenda sana. Nilipenda kazi ya beauty. Niliona iko na pesa yani. Kuangalia kuhusu kazi zingine zote niliona kazi ya beauty iko na pesa. Juna beauty huwa haiende ati inaisha. Inaendange kiongezeka.
What are their price range?
Like wigs, kuna like short hair like this one. Hii hapo unaweza ipata na 4,500. But ikikuwa in black, unaweza pata na 2,500.
Oh, color matter.
Yeah.
Oh, na zingine refu kama hii.
Bas, like hii refu hapa, hii ni semi-human. Semi-human unaweza pata na 8,000. But ikikuwa human, unapata karibu na 26,000.
Yeah. So kwa semi-human kuna zenye ni black itakuwa cheaper.
Black ni same price.
Oh, the same price. Nimeelewa. So challenges gani una face hapa?
Challenge nyingi kwa hii kazi. Like mteja anaweza kuja anakuambia I want this way. Mtengenezea nywele na kwambie hii nywele si hiyo ilikuwa nimetaka na kurudishia nywele na kwambia na sitaki. Ama labda umemtengenezea nywele na kataa kufit na kwa ndogo. Nywele imekuwa ndogo anakwambia hii nywele basi itaki.
Imaibu hapenia? Kata na kuju namtengenezea wig na nasema haitaki ama
imekuwa ndogo anakwambia hii imekuwa ndogo.
Anajilia na challenge ama the major one. Hiyo hata hizo vitu zingine unafanya maybe kwa nails.
Kwa nails si sana juu nails huwa mtu unatengeneza mtu niko hapo. Like wig ni tofauti sana juu wig lazima mtu anaweza order na hayuko. Nakwambia
anaweza order online.
Anakutumia pesa alafu mtengenezee na ufanye delivery. So ataenda ajaribu mwenyewe. Labda ikatae kutosha. Hapo ndio unaona challenge kidogo hapo.
So if I want a wig, lazima nikuje hapa unaweza order online alafu
si lazima ukuje. Juu unaweza order tu kwa nyumba na tunakufanyia delivery na inakufiti vizuri.
So hizi wigs huwa mnajitengenezea hapa ama the imported?
Wig huwa tunajitengenezea. Huwa tunaimport nywele alafu tunajitengeneza.
Mnajitengenezea wigs. And I understand the wigs kuna majina. Just give us a few names za majina zao.
Yes, like hii hapa inaitwa Ethiopian hair. Hii ni curly one. Ile frontal wig. Na hii ni bone straight. Ni like 16 inches. Hii ndio bob. Najitanga bob wig. Hiyo ni bob. Na hii hapa ni less frontal body wave. Alafu hii hapa ndio bob wave. Na hii imetupush sana. Like tulifika Kenya, hii kabisa watu hawakuwa wanafanya sana, lakini sasa hii ndio maneno yote.
Ndio color. Nimesema the colored ones are more expensive kushinda the black. So for unasema wigs unajitengenezea. How do you push your services kupata more audiences na more the public? Is it through influencers ama ni through online reels na videos? How?
Unajua juu upate watu wengi kuhusu hii kazi yetu, lazima kwanza ufanye kazi nzuri. Like mtu unaweza mtengeneza saa hii wig, apite tu kwa barabara. Watu watapenda na watauliza hii umetengeneza wapi umepata? Unajua mama tukilala
So ni through referrals.
Na sana nyingine online.
Or through reels na videos. So Johnson, what advice would you have to young and upcoming people, especially those finishing high school?
Yes, kwa wale ambao wamemaliza shule, kitu yenye naweza waambia, msiboeke kwa manyumba. Like umemaliza shule unaona sasa nangojea niajiriwe. Si lazima uajiriwe. Unaweza kuja bado hapa Lavi Beauty Parlor tukufunze hizi kazi za nywele na uweze kufanya kazi zako, uendelee na maisha yako. Si lazima tungoje tu uajiriwe ama ungoje kazi za ofisi ndio uweze kuendelea kimaisha. Hata nywele unaweza fanya kazi yako na ukue vizuri na maisha yako yaendelee na uboreshe maisha yako na uexpand. Ufungue brand zako. Si lazima ati ungoje tu uajiriwe. Si lazima.
For more information on Lavi Beauty Parlor, find them on all their social media platforms at Lavi Beauty Parlor Salon on Facebook and on Twitter, and La_V_Beauty_Parlor on their Instagram page. They are located in 680 Hotel along Kenyatta Avenue. Catch me on the next episode of Beauty Hack as we explore more exciting stuff. But until the next time, bye!
Thank you so much for tuning in that far. I hope you've learned something in regards wig installation, different types of wigs from Ashley Asachi right there on Beauty Hack. I'd like to read some feedback. We have Douglas Osoro taking orthopedic technology on the next level. Kudos. Thank you so much for tuning in, Douglas. Sawanga Duncan, very amazing. Ortho is life. We have learned about, yes, it's life changing, I'd like to say. Have Elizabeth Sisianoi, good to see you here. Kudos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sending in your feedback. It's been an amazing show. We will be coming back with Susan Nyabena. Susan Nyabena is the founder and CEO of Gender Inc. We are on the hashtag 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So for the next, we are on day 6. So for the next 10 remaining days, she'll be taking us through the plans they have as Gender Inc., what they've been doing over the years, the lessons they've learned, the new things they've done, having rebranded. So stay tuned. We will be coming back to you after this short break. Most of people know you as Muma, but then I'm shocked that you're called Francis Wangai. Where did the name Muma come from?
The person I started the company with, she was called Maureen Namunkai, so Muma. Yeah, this officer arrests me, and then it's like, when you go to the central, ako, hata nilikuwa na piga stana akiwa uchi, nilipata akitoa nguo.
Unemployment has hit you hard. Your salary is meager. You decide to venture into business, but you're struggling to thrive in it. You would want to reap a big tip on how not to run into losses.
Forget the preachy business blogs, the hyperbolic motivational speeches, and all the roads down desperation.
Hope has come with model stories from small successful entrepreneurs. We tell you these tales weekly on The Budding Entrepreneur. Join us as we help you make your trade profitable and often smile to the bank.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu, pepo pani idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Hello everyone, this is the new chapter of Let's Be Fit. I'll be host DiCaplo. I'm here to give you various workouts. I'll be having different trainers. We'll have Zumba classes, we'll have aerobics classes, we'll have box exercise, we'll have kata box, just name them.
Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean, and taller. I don't foster, serious and other. A big time player, crib too big and ganja. I went flexer, Tina said gym,
The show comes every Thursday from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. Keep it locked, make sure we keep fit, and that's it from me to you. Let's be fit.
I went flexer. Yeah, Tina said gym. Yeah, too hot like a heater. My neck done froze like winter. Don't bet it on liquor. Yeah, Shay's on the picture.
Welcome back. Did you know that as at 2019 of gender-based violence, there was a sudden influx of gender-based violence cases, which as at 2022, we have 5,009 individuals complaining of gender-based violence. And those are just not the accurate numbers. Those are just, what are they called? A rough idea. A woman assaulted a young boy. Every 5 minutes is like right now to the next 5 minutes. A young woman, a young boy, a young child, anyone. There's a lot of assault going around. There's pressure, especially after the COVID period. There's a lot of influx. But I'll allow Susan Nyabena to tackle more about it. She is my very gorgeous guest.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing good, yourself?
I'm doing well. How are you feeling? Yes, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Who is Susan Nyabena?
I'll say Susan Nyabena. I basically go by, I'm a human rights and gender equality consultant. So basically I cover quite a range of gender issues. We offer two also gender services.
Gender Inc. What is Gender Inc?
Gender Inc. is it's a gender consulting firm. We do offer services for profit. We are a consulting firm. We offer services like gender audit and assessment. We do for corporate organizations. We also do that for projects sometimes. We help organizations and corporates to build gender policies, that encompasses also sexual harassment policies, na vitu kama hizo, in regards to 16 days of activism. We also do research, gendered research to be specific. There is a gap. We had noticed a gap in terms of gender desegregated research, especially in an African context. And then at our heart, we do have sexual and reproductive health packages. So we have comprehensive sexual education. We do it for schools. And then we do have GBV forum, the one that we're now talking about today. And then we have something on positive masculinity. So basically, implementing transformative masculinities to be able to change from what is usually termed as toxic masculinity. Yes.
So you turn toxic masculinity into positive masculinity.
Yes. Yeah.
So what are the goals and maybe the main focus of Gender Inc?
I would say like I said, our heart is mostly on sexual and reproductive health. Reason being, we tend to for you to enjoy rights or for you to be able to be empowered, so as we say, you need to at least have, the power or the will or the autonomy to decide about your body. If you can't decide anything about your body, we don't think you can actually make decisions about anything else. You can't go out voting if you can't actually, let's say, decide what kind of contraceptives you would take. You would engage the kind of person you want to get married to, or when you want to have children. So if you can't actually decide on what happens to your body, then basically you will not be able to enjoy the rest that are out there. You cannot actually say that, I am gender equal or I'm enjoying gender equity. So hence we have that at the heart. So we feel like if people are empowered enough to, have that autonomy, we call it reproductive autonomy about their bodies, then from there, they'll be able to be equal or champion for rights or fight for rights on other aspects, yes.
You deal with all genders?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We deal with men. We have packages for men. We have packages for women, and then for children. On packages for children, like children are sensitive to deal with. So basically, when we prepare packages for children, let me talk about comprehensive sexual education that we do have for children. It's curated for different age groups, for the current needs. What we experienced when we were younger, zile enzi zetu, versus what this current generation is going through is quite different. There are things definitely same. We do borrow, what worked, the good practices back then. But hizi zenye ziko sahi, they have different, with technology, with internet, with everything. So we are able to
They have so much access to information.
Yes. And then unfortunately, too much information out there, you cannot be able to know which one is true, which one is false. They just consume all of it. Yes.
You've said you have packages for girls, packages for boys, men and women.
Yes.
Maybe take us through each package and what it consists of.
Okay, so packages for women, this is in terms of the sexual and reproductive health package that we do have. Because for other services that we offer, it's wholesome and mostly does for corporate, and then we have other things for community engagements. Ground. So this one for women, definitely we'll talk about contraceptives, which is key. We'll talk about sexual gender-based violence. That covers both. Actually, we have the same topics for both. It's just that the training is different for the different audience. So for both men and women, we talk about contraceptives. So for women, we know what their options are. For men, we know what their options are. We're trying, getting responses on what are their thoughts about vasectomy, And now that spermicide is coming, we're trying to see if men watakubali to take the tablets. We'll see how that goes. It focus contraceptives. And then we talk about gender-based violence, covers all. We do have men who've been battered before, or they're still in active abusive relationship. We have men who've been raped, sodomized, same for women. So basically, we do run on those, just to mean the key ones, yes.
Are those services free, or for you to get services you have to pay?
Okay, it depends. So most of the time when we do training, we wouldn't do like one-on-one. So you find like it's we'll do a group. Most of that we'll do it through organizations. So like you find, let me talk about CBOs or NGOs. They will have, maybe they would have program that focuses on men or women, and then we feel like they should be trained about this. So they will consult us for those services. So they are not free. Yes, we do charge. However, when we are dealing with the community, we offer a subsidized rate as opposed to when we're dealing with corporate. So let's say we are training corporates on issues of gender-based violence, it will be their package is different, their quotation is different as opposed to when we are going to the community. Because then again, we do have a segment of Gender Inc. that we give back to the community. So we give the services to the community at a subsidized rate because we are also supporting the community and creating awareness about such issues. Yes.
Gender Inc. has rebranded, yes?
Yes.
What's the difference between the old Gender Inc. and the new Gender Inc.?
Okay, let me say we just build on it. We haven't really completely shifted. So Gender Inc. started more of like a blogging site, kinda. The purpose of it was to tell stories. We wanted to tell African stories from gender perspective, African-wise, because whatever the Western people are facing, or the challenges that they do face, or their concerns that they have, are very quite different with what we have in African context. So having to talk about gender issues that we face, we tend to believe, if the Western world, they're past this or they don't do this, so why are we doing this in Africa? It should have been different. But you see, we have quite a long way to go. So we need to appreciate where we are, realize our challenges, and then be able to build from there. So that is how we started, and we'll do videos and conversations and everything. So now we rebranded because we realized there is a big gap. Like we focused more on the community and people on the ground, but we realized at huko juu people are having, there is this gap. I have interacted with individuals in corporate levels who have been sexually harassed, or they've been dismissed off works, and I don't know, you said something and everything. So we realized that even most of these HR at corporate level, they don't really have the background about gender issues. It is more of a close, this organization or this company is against sexual harassment, and then that's it. But what is it?
What are you doing to be against sexual harassment?
And how would you handle a case? Let's say if I come and report to the HR, this particular individual is harassing me. So how are you able to,
deal with it.
Yes, and walk through the victim, be able to protect, all of them. Because most times, the story is more about the victim than the perpetrator. People are, oh goodness, alafu ukafanya, oh ama ulijipeleka huko, ama yeah, we mbona unakujanga ofisi mapema, or things like that, as opposed to, talking about the perpetrator and shaming him.
Yeah.
You see, and then we also have incidences of, it's a tricky situation and sensitive when people are dating and one is at a senior position than the other. So let's say a senior is dating a junior. We would recommend and we help develop policies like we had said. And we'll talk about, we'll have consent form. Because sometimes people do date, willingly, consenting. And then relationship ikisha, it's heartbreaking, it's painful, and we all want to get back. So sometimes, let's say I am the junior, is the senior. By the time relationship inaisha, see, I would go and say, unajua HR, unajua huyu mwanaume has been harassing me. Able see the kind of text he's been sending, and see, So it's unfortunate that the society that we are, men are always perpetrators until proven innocent than otherwise. So sinikifika HR, before the guy gets to say his story, he's already lost his job. So we we encourage organization to have this consent form so that when the two of you meamua mnataka and there is power play, there is a, it's a relationship of power play, you go and sign. Sasa relationship ikiisha, mdeal tu na heartbreak venye mtadeal nayo at a professional level. Yes, you don't go on saying unajua, and then you don't go on sabotaging, yes. So we do have that. So at least we are able to create awareness pia at the workspace.
Yes. Unaingia kwa relationship na contract.
Yes. Kinda, yes.
So other than that, what other services do you offer now outside corporates? Now tukuje huku mashinani, huku mtaani.
Okay, for mashinani, you see, the uniqueness of mashinani is that they have different needs and concerns. So we customize whatever they would want and the services that they would want. So sometimes you find just training on women empowerment, on them having a voice, on them, just being able to, how do I say, sometimes let's say, okay, let me use an example that many people will relate with when we are talking about economic empowerment. So we will talk to women about economic empowerment, the different businesses that they could start with little capital. We'll talk to them about microfinances that are available for them in the particular area. We would also connect them, we'll do like internet networking. So we'd connect them with different organizations that, maybe they're offering capital or, technical training for them. So in this way, they're able to benefit. We're able to train them how to do that. And then again, we've kuna incidences that yes, you've applied, let's say for a particular fund, you're supposed to get it, you've qualified. But you see, before upate hiyo pesa, there is also issues of sexual gender bias.
Someone wants something for you to get something.
And most of the time is no money, because hata hiyo pesa yenye unapewa ni kidogo, like mreba nataka, it's actually the whole money, yet you've got to pay back. So kuna issues of your sexual gender based violence na vitu kama hizo. So for them it's different depending with the conversation they would want to have. Tunaenda mashinani, like you just flow. And then, we also consider issues of culture, different cultures, different, needs and concerns. Yes.
Wow. That is a very, very interesting. So allow me to ask, at Gender Inc., what's the plan you have for the hashtag 16 days of activism against gender-based violence? What is it you have planned as an organization that is very much against GBV and the violence?
Yes, okay, one, we do have these t-shirts actually. This is just one of them. We have like 3-4 designs. So we are doing like a fundraiser. We did one last year and we're also doing again another one this year. So people will buy t-shirts, that is one. Two, this time we are having conversations on social media, on our social media platform. Mostly we are ending the violence, yes, but how the angle we are taking this year, or the approach we are taking this year, is that as individuals, like, let's say, let me use me as an example. So I'm out here, I'm against gender-based violence, it needs to come to an end. However, have I been a perpetrator at any point? If not, have I enabled perpetrator behavior?
Yes.
For example, what I need to me a corporate, because we are kind of in a corporate setting. Like I was saying, so unapata, it's a situation, there is a victim, there's a perpetrator. Sasa mbona unaenda kuuliza victim, wewe ulikuwa unafanya nini hapo? why did you come in the me hata sielewangi. You know, there's one, it's like anatakanga tu kuonekana yeye ndio anafanya kazi. That is enabling perpetrator behavior. Those questions are supposed to be asked to the perpetrator. The victim is already dealing with so much, you know, where we focus on this perpetrator. You know, at the community, there is this new term that is being coined, you know, society inatembea. So, you know, people are trying to sugarcoat the pedophiles, you know, and then they say sijui unattracted sijui minors or attracted minors. So for this one,
what?
Yes, I'll get the right one, and I think I will share with you, or maybe if you go on a break, I'll share with you. So what happens? It is like, you know, now that you can be anything, kinda. Yes, actually, it's like you know, you can be. You know, now that we can actually say this is who I am and you should take me, nikikwambia mimi ni huyu, that is what you should
this
say.
is who I am and you should take me for who I am.
Yes. Now you see, pedophiles tend to be like, oh, you know me, I consider myself as a child. So kama, you know, I got attracted to a child. Just like, you say, under policies, let's say we're trying to balance it out. Let's say mtoto wa form 2, a boy impregnates a form 2 girl. See, these two, previously we have the boy go to juvenile, and then the lady, you know, should give birth, you go back to school. But you see, Saizi, we are trying to prevent your story, boys to go to juvenile, because at the end of the day, they are both children. So how do you expect?
We can't expect the girl to. We can't say that the girl could not make sound decisions, but then you expect the boy to make sound decisions.
Yeah, you see. So
age.
that is actually a form of inequality that people have been. So long as you're just a man, anyway. Sorry, you know.
These are. I also have what do I call it? A CBO I work with, whereby we visit juveniles a lot. So inside committee, there's 2 juveniles. There's a juvenile for boys and there's a juvenile for girls. You'll find that in the juvenile for boys, it's called YCTC. Majority of the cases are whereby you have a daughter who is 15. I have a son who is roughly the same age, 15 or 16. So you report my son to the police station for hitting on your daughter. But then my son will be arrested and he'll be taken to the juvenile for, it's normally a span of 3 to 6 months. So my son, I'm sorry, is at fault for hitting on your daughter and even maybe impregnating, but your daughter will be left at home whilst they made this decision together. The juvenile for girls does not have such cases. None at all.
True.
The juvenile for girls only has cases of murder, cases of failed abortions, cases of suicide, cases of actual crimes. But then the boys, you'll find they have small crimes like hitting on girls, their teenage girls, their age.
Yeah, so those are actually the challenges that we deal with, like I was saying. So you see, for that, it is more of, do we enable? So let's say Mimi, like you're saying, let's say you're the mother to this daughter. Why would you have this, like we mtoto Charlie? You know, at the end of the day, unfortunately to say, this man is supposed to grow and should marry, you know, we consider siata marry mwanamke mwingine. So now you've already kind of scarred the boy.
Yeah.
So we are out here, we are, you know, we are empowering women, we are taking, you know, and I'm not saying that that is a problem. I am a woman, definitely I am enjoying, you know,
well.
yes,
I
and
agree.
you know, these spaces that we do have right now, we definitely are grateful for them. But we need to have men who match the same energy, who are aware, you know, who are also empowered. A man that, you know, can be able to voice out. Let's say, you know, I always say there is this descriptive representation and substantive, in the sense that, like the other day we were having, there was this, you know, going around the way Rwanda, you know, women, you know, encourage or they've endorsed, you know, wife battering, and if you don't cook well, you get beaten. If you don't do junini, if let's say your husband has wronged you, wherever mwanamke, you're supposed to apologize to the husband for him getting angry at you for a mistake that he did. So you see, and I was telling someone, you know, that is that it actually shows that representation, descriptive representation does not translate to gender equality. What do I mean? We do have the notion that we have to see women mahali, let's say if it is a photo, we're like, why is it all men? Mwanamke tu ni mmoja. There is more men than women. No. In Rwanda, it actually leads globally. It leads in terms of, female representation in leadership position. But wanawake wao wanapigwa and they endorse it. So what do I mean? In Kenya, we don't have quite, wanawake yes wako, but we haven't reached that level that we want to. We are fighting just for a third. Okay, but we do have voices. Hakuna venye you can comfortably beat a woman and they can comfortably endorse it. We have at least the policies, the space to be able to talk out. Rwanda doesn't have opportunity to do my dress, my choice. We do have, So I say sometimes it is important, it is crucial to empower both men and women, so that even a woman, if I am not in that space, in that room at that moment, this empowered man is able to speak on my behalf. Okay, and that is, for us to end GBV, we really need to have men the same platform and the same space with the same mindset on where we are going. So tukichampion hii journey, tunatembea pamoja, si ati nyinyi mnatembea na wengine wako nyuma. Yes.
So what do you think we can do differently as a society?
Most importantly, let's just have men in this conversation to begin with. Two, we need to have like a retrospection. As much as we are calling people out, sisi wenyewe, what are we doing different? Do we help people, victims of GBV? Tunasaidianga watu kwenda polisi. When we find people at the police station, do we judge first? Tunakwanga like, kwani kwanza nini ilifanyika? Don't we take care of the victim kwanza, and then tutauliza mambo ya kufanyika baadaye. Huyu anahitaji usaidizi. Let's focus on the victim, do what is needed. And then like mimi your champion, shame and name the perpetrator. If your friend, your cousin, your father, your brother is a perpetrator, wewe wacha kuficha ati
unajua ni wetu, si family,
atafanya kitu he is just a perpetrator. If your sister, your nini anapiganga bwana yake, anamchoma, anamwekea nini kwa chakula, anashinda ameendesha the whole week, your sister, is a perpetrator. Wacha huyo mwanamke akuwe shamed and named, so that people out there, when they meet them, you are a perpetrator. Until you change,
you are a cause of the problem.
Yes, until those people go through therapy.
Actually, you are part of the problem.
Mpaka wapitie your process, waende therapy nini, and we get to know that yes, you've changed. It's not like people cannot change, but before you're just a perpetrator and we call you as you perpetrator.
Are. Yes. You are doing the wrong thing.
Yes.
Now moving forward, the individuals who would want to be part of Gender Inc. on these 16 days of activism, how do they tag along? How do they join Gender Inc.?
Okay, so joining Gender, one, you can support the fundraising, the t-shirts we do have. Number two, like I said, we are having conversations on issues of your gender, how to do retrospection, how to be able to identify. So you can join in those. You can share videos, you can tag us, we reshare, retweet, hizo zote. We are working on something on doing shows, like having conversation just about gender issues kwa streets and all. If someone wants anataka kuongea, they can reach out to us, we'll get to them. And then definitely if you're a victim and you just want to share your story, you just want to talk anonymously, or you want watu wajue that you're a survivor, we also do that. So they can reach out, they can join us. Yes.
What do we expect from Gender Inc. in the coming days, now after 16 days of activism?
Okay, we never actually, Gender Inc. hatujai maliza issues of GBV. It's a year-round thing for us. We champion about that every other day. But what to expect out of GBV package? We are looking to have from top down, ama saizi tuko bottom up. We are looking to have understanding of gender cutting across through. Tunakwanga tu like, the rural women. What about the modern woman?
Yes.
What about mwanamke mwenye anaishi Nairobi? Don't they have gender issues?
They do.
Yes, ule wa rural, yes, and the issues of water, firewood collection and all. We were urban city. Are we talking about high cost of living? Are we talking about, the way they work on a high rate of sexual violence? Are we talking about how they get sexually harassed at the offices?
Yeah.
So we are trying to see how we can communicate and create awareness about gender issues, not necessarily on GBV, but just being aware of the rights, of the policies, of the freedoms, of the offices that you can take advantage of, kwa county, kwa nini, gender desks that are available through counties, vitu kama hizo.
Speaking of which, individuals who are victims, how do they reach out to you? Like, do you offer services, quick response services, whereby if you're a wife being battered, if you're a husband being battered, or if you're seeing a child being harassed, a child being taken into child marriage, do you offer immediate response services?
Yes, we do, but we do it in partnership. So when we do have a victim, we have a rescue center that we partner with. So definitely, you're in the same environment na abuser ama hapo ndio unaishi hapo ndio home, we'll definitely move you from there to the rescue center. Then we also partner with the legal firm, so they support the victims that have passed through us, what I'll support through the whole process of legal cases, nini and everything. So when we send them to the rescue center, they get assigned a case worker. So at our walk through all of that, they do have definitely therapy services, talking about, just kuwasaidia mentally to, get better. So from the case worker, they're able to follow up on nini, kuwapeleka hospitali, back and forth checkups, nini. And then, the legal firm will now walk them through it all. Back our exit system. So when they exist, we definitely do follow up. Kuna wale wenye some you can do that and they'll still choose to go back to home. They're forgiven, so that's a different conversation. Those ones who don't go back home, we look on how we can give them startup capital, wajianzishe. We the other organizations that we partner with in terms of technical, vocational training, at least wapate services. And if there are people who, let's say, they have technical background on particular issues, we do connect with the different organization. Kama huyu maybe akona background ya accounting, background ya nini, tunakuwa like, you can just have this person for a while as they unaona your experience to avoid the civic. Yes, so that is what we do for them.
Wow. As we wind up, where can we get you on social media, a website, a phone number?
Okay, social media, your organization is just Gender Inc. all through platforms. Phone number is 0715 024475. That is number to Gender Inc. Yes.
As we wind up, I'd like to read some feedback. We have Elvis Makoha having a cuppa, enjoying the show. I'm glad you enjoy. There's a woman, a very powerful woman from she's from southern Malawi. She is the first woman to end over 50% of child marriage in Malawi. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes.
But she's managed to break over 850 child marriages in a very short period of time. So I'd like to shout out to that woman.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to
She's
give
done
her
a great work.
I know. I'd like to give her a big shout out in regards to ensuring that children make it to finish their education and they're not married while they're still young.
True.
This is as today's, because I believe it's part of gender-based violence.
Yes, it is.
It is, yeah.
Yes, it falls under forms of gender-based violence. We call that harmful practices, traditional practices.
Yes.
So child marriage, FGM, virginity test, hizo vitu zote ziko hapo.
Wow. So she's a Woman Crush Wednesday for today.
Oh, that is beautiful.
She is a Woman Crush Wednesday for today. Thank you so much for joining us, Susan. Thank you for sharing with us the knowledge. Umesema Gender Inc. across all platforms.
Yes.
So thank you once again. We really, it's ink, INK. Someone is asking.
Yes,
Ink ya kuandika.
Yes, ink hiyo ya karatasi, ile ya pen, ile tulikuwa tunatumia primary and then it gets you blue.
Yes.
Hiyo.
So Gender Inc. is a place to be. Make sure you support the cause that they have for the hashtag 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Thank you so much for tuning in up until this far. Do not touch that dial. I will be coming back with Brianna and Nancy. Today we've had a lot. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you've enjoyed the conversation.
Yes, I
Maybe
have.
a word
Thank
of
you.
parting shot as we wind up.
Let's just end gender-based violence.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you too.
I will be seeing you after this short break. That was nice. most of like people know you as Muma. But then I'm shocked that you're called Francis Wangai. Where did the name Muma come from?
The person I started the company with, she was called Maureen Namunkai. So yeah, this officer arrests me, and then it's like when you go to the central, ako hata alikuwa na piga stana akiwa uchi, nilipata akitoa nguo.
Unemployment has hit you hard. Your salary is meager. You decide to venture into business, but you're struggling to thrive in it. You would want to reap a big tip on how not to run into losses.
Forget the preachy business vlogs, the hyperbolic motivational speeches, and all the roads down desperation.
Hope has come with model stories from small successful entrepreneurs. We tell you these tales weekly on The Budding Entrepreneur. Join us as we help you make your trade profitable and often smile to the bank.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepopa siko kufuku. Pepopa ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Hello everyone, this is the new chapter of Let's Be Fit. I'll be host GIKUNDA. I'm here to give you various workouts. I'll be having different trainers. We'll have Zumba classes, we'll have aerobics classes, we'll have box exercise, we'll have kata box, just name them.
Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean, and taller. Don't foster, serious and other. A big time player, crib too big and ganja. I went flexer, Tina said gym,
The show comes every Thursday from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. Keep it locked, make sure we keep fit, and that's it from me to you. Let's be fit.
I went flexer, Tina said gym, too hot like a heater. My neck done froze like winter. Don't bet it on liquor.
Sasa ni bora zaidi. Mwanzo mpya, mambo mapya. Msimu mwingine wa Boresha Kilimo unakuletea teknolojia ibuka, kilimo mseto, uongezaji thamani. Teknolojia dijitali ya mauzo inawezesha ufikiaji wa masoko. Sokomoko yako, mahangaiko yako ya kufikia masoko yamefika kikomo, manake tunao Mkulima Yangu.
What Mkulima Yangu does is it connects farmers with the market.
Hii ni Boresha Kilimo kwa ushirikiano na Mkulima Yangu. Atafutaye hachoki na kichoka kesha pata. Kwa makala maalum ya kilimo, ungana nasi kila Jumamosi saa 6:30 kwenye kipindi ukipendacho Boresha Kilimo.
Unemployment has hit you hard. Your salary is meager. You decide to venture into business, but you're struggling to thrive in it. You would want to reap a big tip on how not to run into losses.
Forget the preachy business blogs, the hyperbolic motivational speeches, and all the roads down desperation.
Hope has come with model stories from small successful entrepreneurs. We tell you these tales weekly on The Budding Entrepreneur. Join us as we help you make your trade profitable and often smile to the bank.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Technovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the fourth industrial revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Make a date with me, Samson Jura, every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Ukiwa na dukuduku la michezo, tunafungua sanduku la dukuduku kwa ufahamu zaidi. Kila danadana, mitimko, mifiatuko na harakati zote ugani, sisi ni wako mwandani. Kukurukakara zote nyanjani, ziezi kuangaziwa zaidi ya micharazo michezoni. Mimi mwanaspoti wako matata Peter Pinches Mwaora, ndakuwa na jopo lenye maarifa sufufu, nikufahamishe na nikuburudishe wewe shabiki shakiki, kwa uhakiki na kindakindaki. Tunakula usiku, tuachane na break kwanza, tuende lunch. Chapo. Kama ndimo.
Rasha piga shada kuna giza, siki nice to nice weke story. Kata maji pia shada liko nasio nikosa msupo si stress, kama rende kisha basi nipe. Najua ni
big up, brother, ukiwa adriva, big up, sis, big up, shows, mama, big ups, oya, wase wote, okay, my principal, big up.
This is
Kenyatta University will hold its 52nd graduation ceremony on Friday, 16th December 2022 at the main campus along the Thika Superhighway. KUTV will provide live coverage of the graduation ceremony from 8 a.m. The graduation ceremony will also be streamed live on KUTV and KU website, Lola app, and all KU social media platforms. For more information, please contact the Office of the Registrar Academic on 020-870-3092 or 0786335111 or visit the KU website at www.ku.ac.ke. Kenyatta University, transforming higher education, enhancing lives.
Why are you taking medicine? Are you okay?
Yes, I am. The tablet is for HIV prevention.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, refers to antiretroviral drugs taken daily by HIV-negative people who are at ongoing risk of HIV infection to reduce their chances of becoming infected. If used consistently, PrEP can reduce the risk of HIV infection by over 90%. However, because it does not protect against unplanned pregnancy, it should always be used with a family planning method. To get PrEP and any other HIV prevention method, visit a healthcare provider. To talk to someone on PrEP, uliza NASCOP at 0800 724 848 or use direct line 0726 460 000 or 1190. This message is brought to you by the National Syndemic Disease Control Council.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design, with branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa. Our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
We're back with some news updates, and into the updates as authorities in Garissa County continue to mobilize stakeholders to avert the spread of cholera. Already the lives of 4 people have been claimed. As at 27th November 2022, the total confirmed cases in the county stood at 372.
The first cases of cholera were detected after a wedding festival held in Limuru sub-county in Kiambu County on 8th of October this year. So far, 9 counties have been affected, including Garissa, Kajiado, Kiambu, Machakos, Meru, Murang'a, Nakuru, Nairobi, and Uasin Gishu. Authorities in Garissa have mobilized stakeholders to avert the crisis following the outbreak that has already claimed the lives of 4 people. The total number of confirmed cases in the county now stands at 372 as of the 27th of November, and according to a health situation report, the bulk of cases comes from the Dadaab refugee camps. Hagadera refugee camp has reported 160 cases, while Dagahari has reported 87 cases. Other refugee camps include IFO with 52 cases, Saredo with 10 cases, and Cambios with 1 case.
We have
372 cases that have been reported so far, and unfortunately we had 4 deaths actually that have been recorded, and we are also having some sporadic cases that are being reported.
A worrying trend that indicates the disease is fast spreading to other parts of the county shows that various locations within the Dab and Garissa Township have had cases too. For instance, Bula Madina has had 3 cases, with Dadaab 1 case, while neighboring Madogo in neighboring Tana River County having 3 cases.
Leta watu 5, bibi yangu na watoto yangu 3 na dada yangu. Kufika hapa serikali amesema mnunue dawa.
Siku ya Alhamisi mtoto saa 10 usiku, saa 10:30 usiku alianza kuhara na kutapika. Kwanza kutapika nikamleta hospitali Madogo. Kutoka hapo akashinda hiyo siku ya Alhamisi mzima. Hasa ndio kufikia Ijumaa asubuhi saa 2 ndio akaaga dunia.
Locals have been urged to scale up their hygiene and help in disrupting and containing the spread of the contagious disease, which is spreading at an alarming rate. The outbreak is currently active in 7 counties and has been controlled in Nakuru and Uasin Gishu counties. Lincoln Chege, KUTV.
Moving on, the hearing of petitions seeking the removal of 4 electoral commissioners who refused to endorse the declaration of President William Ruto as the winner of the August election continues in the National Assembly. The proceedings, however, are facing waves, with the Commissioner Francis Wanderi declining to file response on petitions, forcing the hearing to be adjourned.
The ongoing petition before the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee of the National Assembly on the removal of the 4 dissenting IBC commissioners seems to be riding on the tides, as the Commissioner Francis Wanderi told the committee that he could not continue with the proceedings because the petitioners had not supplied him with the evidence in the matter before the House. His lawyer Ndoro Gishamba, who was representing him, said that participating in the proceedings without the documents would be prejudicial to his clients. Mr. Wanderi now joins Irene Maset in putting a stumbling block to the proceedings, who through her lawyer, Donald Kipkorir, stated that the committee had no jurisdictional authority to proceed with the hearing of the petition. The JLAC members, while protesting against the withdrawal led by the South Mugirango MP Silvanus Osoro, accused Wanderi and his colleagues of employing delay tactics to frustrate the committee's investigations. The opposition is of a different opinion, alleging that the petition is President's hidden agenda, accusing him of being on a revenge mission against the person who questioned his disputed victory and seeking to capture the Electoral Commission to smooth the path of his re-election in 2027, as insinuated on a tweet that sparked online reactions. IBC Vice Chairperson Juliana Cherera, Mr. Justice Nyangaya, Ms. Irene Maset and Francis Wanderi are being investigated by the House Committee over their conduct in the August 9 general election in 4 petitions filed in Parliament for gross misconduct, incompetence, putting the office into dispersure and violating the Constitution.
Welcome back. We've had such an amazing show in through the entire morning. I do hope you have enjoyed each and every part of that show. I hope you've learned something from Dr. Evans Oma in regards to the limbs orthopedic. I hope you've gotten to get a glimpse of another side of the world that I personally have learned. So I represent a good percentage. So I hope you've learned something. I have learned something. Scary but worthy of the knowledge. We also had Susan Yobena. Susan Yobena has taken us through gender-based violence, why we should stop gender-based violence, and everything that she is doing at Gender Inc., her company that is basically all about bringing in gender equity and equality. We are with Brianna Nancy, who is an artist. She'll be joining us from a Zoom call, but as we get to her, We also had Caleb Motiso. Caleb Motiso was taking us through, he was our first guest, took us through Mentor X. Mentor X is a mentorship program for high school students whereby they are taught about careers, the importance of picking the right career, and how to identify a career of your choice without having to keep breaking, you know. He told us that as he joined campus, he's an engineer. He started off as, they started off as over 200 students, but by the time he was graduating, there were only 55. Some failed, some changed careers, some dropped out. So especially because of the batch that changed careers, it inspired him to want to entice and talk to young people, young individuals, on the importance of being able to choose your career wisely. They have an upcoming virtual event that will be 14 days, whereby they'll have CEOs, they will have leaders from different parts of the career. They have actors, they have actresses, they have IT CEOs, they have a bunch of leaders in different careers, engineers, who talk to these students and guide them and mentor them through their journeys, the CEOs, the engineers' journeys, the mistakes they've made, the lessons they've learned, the lessons they've also gathered in their journey in their career and the many years they've been in the careers that they're in, which have enabled them to be where they are. And also the things they did differently when they were still in high school that have enabled them to be where they are and who they are. Back to Gender Inc. We are on the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. 16 days of activism against gender-based violence has been running from the 25th of November and will be going all the way to the 10th of December. We are fighting gender-based violence. We are fighting violence against young children, violence against young women, actually not just young women, women generally. We are fighting violence against men. We are pleading with the men to speak up, identify the perpetrator, name and shame them. Don't be part of the people who are endorsing perpetrators. If he's on the wrong, he's on the wrong. If he or she has been participating in not ending gender-based violence, name and shame them. Wapeleke kwa polisi, tell the whole world that this person is not a good person. Talk to everyone about it. Look for help. Seek for assistance if you are not okay, if you're going through gender-based violence. I also mentioned about the Malawi has done exemplary in regards to ending child marriages. Empowered through her education and potentially some extra genetic courage from chieftain ancestry, Teresa was not faced at the obstacle of tradition. She began simply with a firm no to child marriage. Then she kept saying no, and in 3 years, just 3 years, that's roughly above 1,000 days. In 1,000 days, refused to grant more than 850 marriages. She's managed to break 850 marriages. These are 850 young girls who have been married below the age of 18. They are not mature. They've not gone through their full system of education. They've not identified who they really are. But because of this madam, Chief Kachinda Moto, these 850 young girls are going to go through the entire phase of education. These 850 young girls are going to succeed in life. These 850 young girls are going to prosper in life because Chief, no, I am not going to do this. No, these young girls are not going to go through child marriages. And this is not where she stopped. She still has a let's take this Malawian chief as an inspiration to end harmful traditional practices. Let's fight against all this. Let's fight against gender-based violence. Let's fight against harmful traditional practices. It's not just child marriages. We also have the likes of FGM. So you can do this. You can do this. Don't call out, name and shame the perpetrators, as said by Susan Yabena. Be the change that we need, you know. If you have a neighbor going through SGBV, make sure you help them out. They may not be in a position to help themselves. They may not be in a position to look for help, but you are in a position to get them help. So be the change we need in society as we are fighting gender-based violence in the hashtag 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. We've come to the end of the show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sending in your feedback. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you've gotten a good amount of knowledge from today's show. I will see you tomorrow evening at 8:30 p.m. for Beyond Limits. Rise Today does not end here. We have Makala TBT tomorrow by Ojwang Mariam and Entertainment Friday by Shaker. On Monday, we have Art and Culture Monday. Karen Blessing will be coming back on Monday. And we have Biashara Tuesday by Richard Okenye. And over, the cycle comes back to me on Wednesday. I'll see you next week, also tomorrow, right here at KUTV. Keep it KUTV for subsequent bulletins and every other thing you need to watch. Do not touch that dial. I've been your host, Nina Gikunda. You can follow me across my social media platforms at Wangari Gikunda across all of them, and at KUTV Kenya on Facebook, KUTV_Kenya on Twitter, and at KUTV Kenya on Instagram. I will see you next time. Stay safe, eat clean food, avoid cholera. See you next time. Adios.